Hello and welcome back to my channel K Devs. So in this tutorial what we'll be creating is this. Yeah. So today what we'll be learning is mouse interaction. So what we can clearly see here is that whenever I move my mouse, a random line is drawn with random widths at which is random radius actually, because we are drawing circles, and the best thing about it is that it is neon. So without wasting any time, let's dive in code. Just refresh the page, open Visual Studio Code, and I have already created a folder named mouse cloud. In the folder I have created 3 files: index.html, styles.css, and script.js. Now in the HTML, I have created a basic HTML layout. Now link this style sheet as well as the script. Create a canvas element. Now we can move on to the styles.css. In the style CSS, give a universal style for margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing to border box. Now give some styling to the canvas. Give it position absolute, left 0 and top 0. Now you can move on to the script.js file. Create the basic structure, create a const canvas, and pull over the canvas element that we have created in index.html by document.querySelector for canvas. Create a const c short for context and say it to be equal to canvas.getContext 2D. Now say canvas.width equals to inner width to make it full width of the screen. Canvas.height equals to inner height to make it full height of the screen. Now you can go back to the styles.css and in the canvas element give it a background color of black. Now if I go and refresh the page, I would see that our screen has turned black, which means that our canvas has taken full width and height of the screen. Now come back to your text editor. I would start by creating a class for ball with a capital B actually, which will contain 2 basic functions, constructor and draw. In the constructor, I will demand for the x and y for the positioning, its radius because it's going to be a circle, as well as its color. Now inside the constructor, we'll say this.x equals to x, this.y equals to y, this.radius equals to radius, and this.color equals to color. Now in the draw, to start drawing a circle, we'll start with c.beginPath, c.fillStyle is equals to this.color, c.arc. To start creating a circle, its x coordinate would be this.x, y coordinate this.y, radius this.radius, start angle 0, end angle 360, and anti-clockwise to be set equals to false. Now c.fill to make the ball visible, c.close path now. That means we are end with creating our circle. Now we can actually create a dummy circle now. Var x equals to new ball. Its x coordinate for now it will be 100, radius 20, color pink. And now call out its draw, x dot draw. Go back and refresh the page. And yes, we have this circle right here. So now what we want is that to interact with the user. So for that we'll just say window dot add event listener to check whether the mouse has moved. So for that event we'll use a mouse move event. Mouse move. And whenever the mouse moves, I want to get the event that what's the current position of the mouse. And what I'll do with the event, well, just before that I would create a variable balls which is equal to an empty array. Now whenever the mouse moves, I want that in the balls to push a new ball, and its x-axis would be the same as the x coordinate of the mouse. The event here is for the mouse, the y for event.y. Its radius, well, we want the radius to be, what do we say, randomized a bit. So for that I'll create a variable radius and set that equal to math.random to create a random number. Well, if I write math.random, it will give us a random number. It will be either 1 or 0. And if I want the number to be increased up to, so let me say that I want it to be increased up to 40, but it won't give us the facility of the minimum. Like sometimes the radius of the circle can be even 1 or even smaller, but that's a problem, you see. So I'll wrap 40 into brackets, not subtract, after the first bracket I'll just subtract 5 from it and then add 5 from it, add 5 in it, and it will give us that the radius of the circle, that its maximum will be 40 and its minimum will be 5. Okay, so now in the ball stop push, at the place of radius write radius, its color. So for that we'll create one more variable with the balls, var color equals to, so we can say it to be equal to RGB 247, 10, 207, 1. 1 is here for the opacity, that like what should be its thickness, like how much can we see through it. Like if I set the opacity to 0.9, I will be able to see through it like from a glass. Color to be color. Now if we go and refresh the page, we won't currently see here anything, even if we are moving our mouse, and that's because we are not calling out the update. And for that I'll create a function animate, request animation frame for animate, call out the animate function. Now in the animate function actually, we'll just say ball stop for each ball. What I want to do with each and every of these ball, I want to draw them, and for that I'll just say ball dot draw. Okay, so if I go refresh the page, deep breaths, move your mouse, and yes, we are getting this code working. But we want to give this neon effect, as you can see here, and this is so easy to give. Actually, I'll just have to create some more colors. Just copy paste that, and the second one will be called color 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we actually need only 8. If you have made more, you can delete them. Now in the colors too, change its opacity from 1 to 0.09. In the next, create 0.08. I like the same for each and every one of them, 0.03. For the last one, you can just copy the code if you're following along. Now, where we were creating the ball, I'll just copy paste that line, and in the radius I'll add 2 to it, because what a shadow basically is that it is the lighter form of the color that the object currently is. Like if the opacity, the thickness of the object is 1, as we can see here, the shadow will have the firstly the darkest, then it will go like shorter and shorter, like it's 0.9, 0.8, 0.07, 0.06, 0.05, and so on. So the darkest shadow that will be coming out will be of 2 pixels. Copy paste, and remember to change the color to the different color. So for the first shadow it will be 2, then 3, radius will be 4, radius 5, 6, color will turn to 4, copy paste, radius add 8 to it, color 5, copy paste, radius 10, color 6, copy paste, radius 12, color 7, copy paste, radius 15, so that we get a broader ending, and color to be 8. Refresh, and yes, but we have a problem that it seems like we are drawing foam. We are like spraying foam on a wall, but we don't want that. Well, that's happening because we are drawing the same circles again and again at the same spot, and that's what making the foam effect. And just to get rid of that, we'll go to the animate function and say there's c dot clear rect. Its x coordinate will be 0, 0, width canvas dot width, and height canvas dot height, because we want to clear the whole screen, the whole canvas. Go and refresh, and we did it. Oh yeah. So just like the video if you get it any helpful, and subscribe.